Yeah, so two monkeys and an ocelot and Lindsay Lohan walk into this bar. And oh geez, hold on, I'm on the air, hold on. Hey, happy Friday everybody. It is March 27th and time for this week's Friday Funnies. And this has been a very up week. The stock market is up. The temperatures are going up. The little flowers in the yard are coming up. And after watching the government fumble through yet another bailout idea, my blood pressure is up. I don't know if you're aware of this, but we're currently several $1 trillion in debt. Although I do have a plan to help recoup some of our losses, I think that Congress and the President and, well, anybody with a government job should follow the lead set by the CEO of AIG and work for $1 a year. I figure they're already doing as good a job as he did, they may as well get the same pay. But that's just common sense talking. The stories this week in the Friday Funnies concern people who have absolutely no sense whatsoever. Let us start this week then with a definition of the word irony. Irony. Police in Huntington Beach, California are looking for a 30-year-old woman who used a stolen identity to open up a line of credit in someone else's name. Then she used that line to have brand new $12,000 breast implants installed. In other words, she used a fake ID to get fake breasts, and then wrote a check that bounced for boobs that don't. This is irony. Well, I don't think even Mr. Rogers would want this guy as his neighbor. In San Diego, California, a 63-year-old man was driving home drunk. And he didn't navigate too well and wound up crashing his car into the side of his neighbor's house. Now, nobody was home at the time, so there were no injuries, but the impact of the crash ripped a hole in the wall of the neighbor's house, leading to the room where the neighbor was growing marijuana plants. So when the police came to investigate the crash, they got the pot bust as a bonus. The neighbors are no longer on speaking terms. Here's a question for you. What makes Johnny waddle? You know, all we read about nowadays is how fat Americans have become. And why are we so fat? Because we eat too much. It's very simple. That's why it really disturbed me to read about the West Michigan Whitecaps minor league baseball club and their plans to sell a 4,800-calorie hamburger at the ballpark this summer. 4,800 calories. This thing has about 4 pounds of meat, 5 slices of cheese, and a cup of chili, all piled onto an 8-inch sesame seed bun. Now, if you finish the entire thing by yourself, you do get a free t-shirt, size XXXXXXL, and you also receive 20% off your next angioplasty. Well, junior high is a gas, and an 8th grader in Lakeland, Florida was suspended from riding the school bus because he thought that way too. Actually, he got suspended for breaking wind on the school bus. This 13-year-old boy, of course it was a boy, was allegedly passing gas to amuse the other kids on the bus. And gosh, haven't we all done that from time to time? But the bus driver said that the ensuing stench made it difficult to breathe. And so they booted the kid off the bus. In his defense, the 13-year-old said, "Hey, you try eating cafeteria food for a week, see what kind of tunes come out of your butt." Best of luck to him. Finally, let's end with this week's news from around the world. Dateline, London, England, where Andrew Wild got sick and tired of the University Hospital of North Staffordshire sending notices to his father to come in for a checkup. His father passed away in 2007. So to prove his point, what he did was he took the urn containing his father's ashes down to the hospital, set it on the counter at the reception desk, and said, "I brought Dad in for his checkup." The hospital said, "Hey, your dad looks fine. Bring him back in about 6 months." That is socialized medicine at its finest. Hey, that's all I have for you this week. Remember, coming up Wednesday, April Fool's Day. So if your refrigerator is running on that day, you better go and catch it. I'll see you next week.
Yeah, you still there?